In Chapter 10 of Moby Dick, Ishmael returns to the Spouter Inn, where Queequeg is sitting by the fire. Ishmael decides to try to make friends with him, and the two chat and share a smoke together from Queequeg's pipe. Back in their shared room, Queequeg shares his money, which he keeps hidden in his tobacco pouch, with Ishmael, inviting his new friend to come worship a small wooden idol with him. As a Christian, Ishmael has misgivings about this, but he decides God will not be angry if he joins in. Afterward, the two men talk in bed like good friends. In Chapter 11 of Moby Dick, it's around midnight, and Ishmael and Queequeg are still cozy in bed. They've been talking and napping on and off, and now they smoke together as Queequeg tells Ishmael about his native land. Speaking of his burgeoning friendship with someone so different, both on the surface and in their background from himself, Ishmael beautifully relates, but see how elastic our stiff prejudices come to grow when love once comes to bend them. In Chapter 12 of Moby Dick, Ishmael relates to readers Queequeg's story. Queequeg's native island is called Kokovoko. Queequeg is of royal blood, but he wanted to see the world, so he canoed to a place where he knew a ship would pass. And when it did, he climbed aboard, refusing to leave. The captain of the ship tried to throw him off, but this proved too difficult, so the captain relented, allowing Queequeg to stay aboard and learn how to be a harpooner. Ishmael listens to this story, then asks him what his plans are now. Queequeg says he plans to go back to sea as a harpooner, and Ishmael reveals that he's also planning to go to sea. They decide to go together. As Ishmael watches Queequeg back at the Spouter Inn, he considers his new friend's good qualities and says, "I felt a melting in me. No more my splintered heart and maddened hand were turned against the wolfish world. This soothing savage had redeemed it." It's interesting that he uses a term Christians use to talk about Christ, redeemed, to describe his reaction to Queequeg. He thus decides to try a pagan friend, since Christian kindness has proved but hollow courtesy. Later, he participates in Queequeg's worship of his little idol. The two then stay up talking all night like kids at a slumber party. Queequeg's story reveals one of the reasons Ishmael may find him a bosom friend. He is, like the biblical Ishmael, a sort of exile, not able to go back to his family. And like Melville's Ishmael, who is somewhat disillusioned with Christian kindness, Queequeg has found that both Christians and pagans can be miserable, cruel people. Two young men, alone in the world, each find in the other a kindred spirit, and so they decide to go to sea together.